Tuesday morning and it's time to go home. It's pretty cold out. I'd say about 3 degrees out, and had to wait for a little bit of frost to come off, and then we're going to take off. 5:28 to start, a little bit of curves, but we have to take it easy because again it's really cold out. And I've got a new tire in the front, and then we'll super slab it out to Salamanca and find some dirt roads out there, and see if we can break Jeff's brake shifter, because he got a new shifter on the left side. I've got to get one on the right side now, so we'll work on that. We said our goodbyes around 8 o'clock in the morning and then headed for Highway 528, a beautiful, twisty road that heads north from Evans City. We had originally thought about slabbing it out of Evans City because it was 3 degrees this morning. Pretty cold. But we decided against it because I told Jeff you just can't miss an opportunity to take a road this nice, regardless of what the weather was like. And it was sunny anyway, so most of the frost had burned off. I was really glad to have brought all my heated gear with me, because even with the nice sun out, it was still pretty cold. You really need to pay attention to the back roads of PA, otherwise you'll see this. We had a whole herd of wild turkeys that passed in front of us, must have been at least 12. The tom came across first, and then about 11 females were right behind it. About a half hour before that, we had a deer jump in front of Jeff about 100 yards down the road. And then about a half hour after the wild turkeys, I had a rabbit come across the road in front of me. North Country Brewery. I'm gonna be a star, and people will crane necks to get a glimpse of me and see if I am having sex and studying my moves to try to understand. With the 528 done, it was time to jump onto the interstate. We wanted to put as much distance between us and Evans City as possible so we can take Old Route 17 again and still leave time to get across the border in daylight.
Tim Hortons. All the way to the States to go to Tim Hortons.
Fat from cookies and coffee, it was time to get back on the road.
I'm a troublemaker, never giving up.
Right after this little village, Jeff set up his GPS to find his way out of wherever we are, because we didn't know exactly where we were. And thank God, because I love Jeff's GPS.
Hear her calling, come to me. Thoughts of her won't let me be. Go to the valley, climb the hill, whatever it takes, darling. You know I will. Hey, my darling, you hear me so, darling. You hear me so, darling. You hear me so, darling.
And some more back roads. I enjoy riding around with Jeff because he has no regard for exactly where one is supposed to go. You just look at the lines on the map and it takes you in the general direction, and let's just try something out.
Call my name, hey, my darling. You hear me so, darling. You hear me so, darling.
We finally found the interstate, which would eventually take us to Old Route 17. And I sat behind Jeff and had a good laugh because he was rocking out to the tunes, bobbing his head as he's rolling along.
Lord help me so. Next to me, heart's on fire. Get no sleep. Drive all night.
The other nice thing about riding with Jeff is he doesn't mind doing a bunch of U-turns. And if anyone wants to ride with Jeff and I, believe me, you're going to be doing a lot of U-turns because we take the wrong way just about every time we go out riding. And sometimes it turns out to being the right way. Old Route 17. Now as you can see, there are no barricades, no signs, no nothing that says you're not supposed to be there. It's just a road and you take the road and down you go. We saw some people in front of us and decided to hang back until they turned off. But when you know it, Jeff's always got to do something, and he gives them the beep from his Keswick horn. The plan was to stop in front of this bridge and have lunch. Something we packed before leaving. But the people that we passed ended up being part of the Seneca Nation. And they weren't too happy about us being on their land. We tried to explain, we didn't know anything about that. There's no barricades or anything. He didn't want anything to do with it. And he wouldn't let us go back out the way we came. He told us that he'd show us a way out. So here we are packing up and getting ready to go. He also told us at the time that he's lucky, or we're lucky, that we're stopped by him because other people would have shot first and asked questions later. I thought he was a really nice guy. Stern, but nice at the same time, and at least we didn't get shot.
This is the road and these are the hits. From Mozambique to those Memphis nights, the Cabot past the Vancouver's lights. Knock me down and back up again.
And here they are showing us how to get out. Now this is different than the way we came in originally a few days earlier. We didn't know anything about this way to get out, so we were just kind of going blind at this point.
Life is a highway. I wanna ride it all night long. Let y'all go in my way. I wanna drive it all night long. Life is a highway. I wanna ride it all night long. Give me, yeah. Y'all go in my way. I wanna drive it all night long.
Now I'm not a good enough rider to just blindly go through these big puddles here, so we decided to stop and I was going to wade in and try to pick the line.
But if you come through here, like this way, I think we should be fine. I'll walk right through it.
A misunderstanding once, but now we look at
Yeah, it's good. It's like bigger. It's like rocks and shit. Get off your seat and just power through it. You might get wet. You might come this way.
The second puddle ended up being almost 18 inches deep, and it was fun just to watch Jeff try to go through that and the water going right up over his windshield.
life is a highway. I wanna ride it all night long. If y'all going my way, I wanna drive it all night long. Gimme, yeah.
It's at this point he told me that his boots are not waterproof. Not waterproof at all.
If y'all going my way.
This little back road took us to a highway on-ramp. We didn't know which way we were going, east or west, so we had to get back onto this road and figure it out as we go along. As our luck would have it, of course we were going the wrong way, so this is one of the many U-turns we had to do to get back in the right direction. And this here is the on-ramp that we got on when we came out of that back road. We had to make a stop in Salamanca for Jeff. Well, that was fun. Jeff and I just about set off an international incident with two Canadians trying to go against or go across Seneca territory. And when we had stopped for a little bit of lunch, a couple of people pulled up and told us that we were on their land, and they're reasonable, to get off pretty much, and that they were being reasonable. But there were other people there that were very...
Might have shot on sight.
There you go. So they led us off into a different way to get out of there. It was supposed to be shorter. And I think it was shorter, but it was a lot more difficult, a lot more puddles. We got our poor bikes are dirty now, but I thought that was fun.
My boots are filled with water.
And mine's fine. After freshening up a little bit, we made our way over to Ellicottville to pick up the 219 to head north to Buffalo. Can't really tell here too much, but the winds had really picked up and were blowing us all over the road on the way up 219. Beautiful Buffalo, New York. Of course, we had to stop at duty free to pick up some cheap beer and fit it wherever we could in our panniers. We must have hit the border at the perfect time because there was almost nobody there. The lineup of trucks coming out of Canada into the United States was at least 5 kilometers long here. We made the decision to go beneath the Burlington Skyway because the wind was way too bad. But of course, for the first time ever, this is the time when a giant freighter was coming through the drawbridge. And this brought the end to another trip. Great time had by all. And we're already looking forward to getting back together for next year, planning the Lake Placid trip, and a few more trips like this down to PA and Centralia, places like that. Can't wait. This summer was fantastic.